Hello! It is me, Anime We Are We Anime. I'm here to bring you part 6 of What If Asta Had Water Magic? Now, the poll is still running up on my channel for whatever Tundra or what if you would like to see. So, if you haven't voted already, I'd appreciate you already vote. You vote. Uh, Hiccups. Sorry. I'd appreciate if you did vote, though. It would help me out. And you all would get a Tundra What If within a couple weeks. Not a couple weeks. Within 5 weeks. Right? I realized something. In 5 weeks, it's Christmas. So technically, these what ifs I'm currently doing, will end in the new year. Because I'm gonna take a break, like a week break, the week during Christmas. I'm gonna take that entire week off of recording entirely, okay? Um, right. I'll fit in a Christmas special somewhere during that time. I don't know what it would be though. We'll see though. We'll see. Um, yeah. S- Recording place still the same. My mic's still the same. Um, Either way, I went through the last episode because I forgot something in like the plot. I forgot if I had Asta get his arm crushed or not by Veto. I think I did. Even if I didn't, I think I would have done it because he did just like get up on him and like slash and grab him and throw him on the ground and then throw him into Kyoto. Then he came back, blocked the spell. Then they got in their own fight again, and I think that's where he got his arm crushed and cursed. Right. Um, I forgot to figure out a name for his katana, his original one. Um, I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna call it Sky Blue. No, no. That's a wrestler. No, I'm not gonna call it that. Um, uh, Sorry. I'm trying to think of a name. I have a feeling that I'll figure out a cool name later on. I have completely just forgotten that Asta has spirit magic this entire time, ever since he's gotten like Ares, who's a spirit. I've read lore on him before. But yeah, I completely forgot that he had spirit magic, and I just didn't make any water spirit spells, like water spirit magic spells. Which I'm working on. I have one already. Right, sorry. I have one. You all will see it in this episode. Okay. Um, right. I also completely forgot to write down the actually cosmetics of the Silva's gift on how it looks. So I'm gonna do that after I'm gonna do all of this after the episode. To be fair, I have been working on other series that I want to do during this time, and plus family drama. Okay. Either way, I've been working on other series. I've been stressing a lot about the poll and not getting the breathing styles done in time. The poll not getting voted, but that's fine. I can wait. It's 5 weeks. Um, and plus I haven't checked on it in a second. How about we check on that now? As like a, as like a, still the same 3 votes as it's been for a while. If you don't know, it's on my channel. At We Anime. The choices are dark breathing, ink breathing, ice breathing, and wood breathing. The ones that currently have votes are dark, ink, and wood breathing. Ice has yet to get a vote. Um, I will say this. If even though we won't even though we won't get close to 5 votes, whoever gets closer to 5 votes is the closest. If it keeps on this three trend, I'll just spin a wheel, and the one that gets it out of the most out of 7 rolls, that will be the one I get. I'll record it. I'll post it somewhere. If that is to come. Um, I think I'll leave it up for um, I think I'll leave it up for a couple more, like another week or two, right? I think I'll keep it up for another week or two, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay. I'll leave it up for another 2 weeks, and then we'll see what happens during that time. Either way, without a further ado, let me get a drink of water, and I think you should too. And then we can get into this what if. Oh God, how long did I sleep for? Oh, hey Nero, Aries. Hi. Back. Yeah. Arm. Getting up, getting putting on his shirt, well, his 2 layers of shirts, his kimono top, and his actual undershirt. Getting up, putting those on, um, grabbing his blue blood. No, not blue blood. I do want to name it blue. Blue grade. Sure, blue gradient. Blue gradient. Uh, yeah, I'll write that down if I remember. Um, Putting that in its sheath. Well, it would already been on its sheath, but putting that on his side. Uh, right arm tied to his chest, so he's not moving it much. Walking throughout the mess of the Black Bull's hideout. Uh, he would eventually find the bathroom, use the bathroom, head out and get to the main lobby. Seeing the captain there, saying, "Where did everyone else go?" "I don't know. They all said they left. Well, they left, and all they said was they were gonna go do something, whatever that means." Okay. He would go around the counter, just pick up some leftover like meat and just make a some type of sandwich out of what's left over from Charmy cooking daily, constantly cooking. She would just well, he would go and just pick stuff, make it, and any way you would think this guy would make it, and he would eat it quite quickly, and he would say, I'm gonna go train with Ares. Who again? The water spirit. As he would pop out, like a little larger than he usually does. He would say, "Hello," as he would like raise up a fin. Oh, that. Yeah, okay. Be careful. I know. He would walk out the door, head over through one way, and they would continue on training. During that time, though, Finral Noel would return with a new face. Well, not a new face, but a recognizable face for many reasons. Well, three. Asta would be out for a couple hours, coming back in a little later, walking through the door, soaked because of the water he's using, looking around. Fonzel? Hey, Asta! How you been? Dominante? I. That lady. The other girl. The assassin? I'm gonna look it up. I'm just gonna look it up. Da-da. No, not that. Black Clover. Fonzel. Who the hell is Mariella? Yeah, it is Mariella. I don't really know how to say your name. Mariella would also be there. He would say her name. Mariella. Hi, Asta. Rude. Where did you two? Why did you pick those two up, Finral? I was forced to by her. I'm not surprised. He would rub his eyes. Man, you got yourself in a pinch, don't you? What happened? Uh, One thing led to another. I got my arm crushed by a beast man, elf thing, demon. I don't really know what he was. He would go around the counter again and just pick up a board, reach in away, and then like pull out a pastry, like owl, the Owl's Bakery special, like the crust, graham cracker, like crust, the cream filling, like custard filling with the fruits on top. This one being the pomegranate raspberry mix with apple as well. Yep, yep. Picking that up, he would just start eating it. Like it would be a smaller one than he usually is. Where the? Wait, it's cursed. Yeah, doesn't. I don't really know what that means. Can't be healed though. Yeah. Also got this guy. Hi, my name's Ares. What the? What is that? He's a water spirit. You know the four spirits. Did you know that they can make ones like from their own? That's what he is. He's made from the water spirit Undine. Oh, I don't really know. Yeah. Uh, Okay. Anyways, we're kidnapping you. What now? What did you? He would stop moving. Breathing, still breathing. Ares would be able to move, not caught in it. He would say, "What are you all doing?" Oh, we're helping him. What do you all mean you're helping him? Yami would say. Oh, we're gonna take him somewhere. Get his arm healed up. Okay. um, like a electromagnetic field would go around his entire body and just stop him entirely. Stiff like a board, he would be picked up. Still, like, he would still, like, fold like a normal human. Like, fall over, right? As then they would be taken, well, he would be taken along with Ares and Nero, Mariella, Fonzel, and Dominante. Um, they would bring him to the witch's forest, right? Eventually, the electromagnetic field, not electromagnetic, but like a lightning mana field, would be broke, like it would run out of time, but they would already be there, right? Already there, they would make it there easily. But now getting in the forest is an entirely different question. As you know, they don't allow men in there. Same antics as in canon would happen. Them, well, Funzel's manner of undressing would happen, and them being caught by the adorable little, like, wood, like, mud monster things, I don't know what they are. Either way, being caught by them, they would eventually just crash into the Queen of the Witches, like, throne room, where they would see Vanessa on the ground. Asta would say, "Hey, I'd appreciate you get your foot off my friend's head." "And who are you?" As she would turn her head, the one kid would be gone. The one talking to him would be gone entirely. Hold on. I'll be right back. I am so sorry. Um, I thought I saw something, but it's reflection of glass, I believe. I hope it is. Because it's only that one. Yeah, it is. It's only a reflection. Sorry. Um, Yeah. Asta, the one she was spoken to, would be gone. As she would turn her head, he would have a blade in hand right at her neck, right behind her, as he would say, I'll say this one more time. Get your foot off of my friend's head. They would lock eyes with each other. Asta's serious glare and the shocked expression of the Queen of the Witches would be met with each other. With no other option, she would take her foot off of her head as Asta would resheath his sword and he would say, Ares. Ares would pick her up, like expanding in size, picking her up and bringing her far, like closer to his friends. Right. These two would still be standing right next to like eye to eye to each other. Asta would say, So, you're the Queen of Witches. Heard a lot from you. The days when Vanessa would just get dead drunk. She would spill a lot of her past, so not really surprised. As he would just look around, as the crows would then try to swarm him instantly bouncing back as Vanessa would awaken, stand up instantly and say, Asta, what are you doing here? Would I have to? Either way, what was the bright idea here? You running off and getting yourself captured or something by whoever? Well, the Queen of Witches? No, I was gonna make a deal with her. Yeah, good for you. About what? You! She can heal your arm, Asta. But now you messed that all up. I've messed a lot of things up. They usually don't come back and bite me in the ass, though. But I have a feeling this one will. Yeah, no duh it will. As the Queen of Witches would say, well, I didn't expect them to attack so soon. Either of them. In a glass orb, you know how in canon she had the glass orb and looked into it and, well, saw the Diamond Kingdom and the Eye of the Midnight Sun coming to attack them. Um, well, Asta would say, it looks like you need help because we all know those women out there aren't gonna truly like what those creepy ass dudes do. Everyone would look at him like, what? Why would you say that? And he would look back and say, what? You don't think there's creepy people in there just taking up women and doing whatever they want? I mean, yeah, they probably are going to. Yeah, and I say, she can't take care of both sides by herself, so I gotta deal with you. Heal my arm, I deal with both of them. Easy as that. No, we witches will do it our own way. We will do it. We don't need no male help. Oh my god. Woman. Cut the act. We both know you know that you can't deal with them on your own, missy. We both know that. Heal my arm, please, and we'll deal with it. You can just watch. Fine, I will do it. Since you're way too keen with those eyes of yours, I'll do it. Just this once, though. After healing Asta's arm, they would all go their own ways. Switching into teams, Fonzel would go and deal with the Diamond Kingdom himself, while Asta would go to the Item and Nut Sun by himself. The other people would try to take down the fires, put them out. Right. Well, Finral, Vanessa, and Noelle would go deal with the fires, as Dominante and Mariella would go and get the witches, gather them up, and figure out a plan, right? Asta would be flying on a broom, moving around his arm, saying, "Well, it's certainly good to be back. Let's show these people what we can do, Ares." "Yes, we shall." "Say, you told me the name of your blade once. What was it?" "Which one?" "The blue one." "Blue's gradient." "Yes, yes, yes. We've been training. Can we do it?" "Fine. Let's use spirit magic. Let's finally use your power, friend." "Yes, finally." As they would get closer and closer, meeting, they would eventually stop. As the Adamant Sun would continue on, Asta would stand there, putting his kimono down to his side, saying, "Hey, how you doing? Long time no see." "You, I remember your face. I hated it." "Hey, there's no need to be rude. You hurt Licht. Now you took down Veto. I hate you. You're taking everything away from me, human." "Isn't this kind of racist?" "Swear. I wish we could just quit this stuff." As he would unsheath his sword, pointing it at her, and as he would say, "Shall we begin?" "Ares, fully transform." "Yes, I now get to fight thee, fire spirit salamander. My mother would be proud." He would grow in length and size quickly, growing multiple more. How dare you? Um, he would grow large, like I said, gaining size and length. His head going bigger the same way it was. The large spikes on its head, growing in size as far as you go back. The two rows of sharp teeth with eight larger fangs on them. His wide eyes would glow. The deep blue scales with some purple sparkling in and there. The sails behind his head. The eight fins rolling around his body. Not rolling, but around his body. "Are we doing it?" "Yeah. Water spirit magic. Ares Fang." Water would wash up Asta's blade, encasing it. As it would extend, it would fire quickly. moving around different ways, hitting multiple opponents, hitting the Eye of the Midnight Sun members as Asta would move one way around around Fauna, as he would say, "Water creation magic, crab claw." His left arm would be encased by a large crab claw made out of water, as it would shoot forward, attempting to grab Fauna. The fire spirit reaching up and grabbing it. Them trying to like tussling in, like trying to find who's stronger. It would be clear it's going to be the salamander, the giant ass dragon thing. That thing's going to be stronger than Asta. It would grab it and it would throw Asta up into the air. As Fauna would say, "Fire spirit magic, salamander's breath." Oh joy. "Water spirit magic, Leviathan's bellow." Instead of it encasing Asta's blade, these two spells are going on at the same time still. The Ares Fang is not done yet. It would be aiming at Asta. The Salamander's breath would be shooting up as Ares' mouth would blow up in size, like the cheeks, like the actual mouth cheeks would like blow up in size, as in boom, a large water ball would fire, both hitting, causing a lot of steam to billow out from the impact of both attacks hitting at the same time. As Ares would say, "Fight me, you oversized land creature." Bro, I just realized this is like Groudon and Kyogre, like that rivalry. I just realized that. That's kind of crazy, dog. Kind of crazy. Either way, after using that, them both colliding, Asta would still be on his own broom, right? He would start moving. As now expand, it would his water like blade would expand into a large orb, and then boom, explode, causing multiple different water-like cannonballs to shoot off in every direction. The ones that would be going towards Fauna would just evaporate. As Asta would say, "Well, that certainly didn't go to plan." "Hey, Ares, keep on doing what you're doing." "I plan on it." The two larger kaiju-like creatures, the two dragons, would start to just like try to bite at each other, and Ares would swipe its tail towards the salamander because it doesn't have claws. He doesn't have claws. He has fins. Okay, these two biting at each other or headbutting in Ares' case as well. Asta would continue to take down the smaller fry, like the smaller, like weaker people of the Eye of the Midnight Sun by himself. Doing so quickly, using multiple spells like water magic, clear water slash, water magic creeping shot, uh, water magic, clear water dance, and so much more. Well, not so much more, but you get my point. Eventually, they would go down, leaving just two. Leaving the Vine, I think it was Vine. magic person. I believe it was that guy, and Fauna herself. Asta would use water magic reaping shot. This would go flying, hitting the guy in the back, sending him falling to the ground. As Asta would go for Fauna, Fauna would turn around. I forget her spells. She would use a spell. Okay, one of her spells. Cool, cool. Like one of the crystal magic spells. Yeah, let's go with like the blade, not the massive blade, but the short, like the small ones, like the multiple ones. Let's go with that one. Using that, Asta would just dodge out of the way and just fly up out of the way. Of course. Flying back around to Ares, landing on him, grabbing the broom, or not landing on him, just flying there by his side. You think you could get that thing to the ground? Why? I'm having too much fun. Of course you are. You know, you could probably just start using spells again. Right. He would start using Asta, well, not Asta's spells, but his own, like, water spirit magic. Like Ares' Fang. Like, his tongue would extend and just rip around, like, zigzag, and then attempt to stab into the salamander, but being burnt up in the process. And then his face would puff up again, the cheeks would puff up again as he would water spirit magic, Leviathan's bellow. As the another water like ball would shoot out, as Fauna would say, fire spirit magic, salamander's breath. Of course, these two attacks colliding again. Go, Ares would say. Asta would fly in, jumping up in the air, letting his broom fly closer. His broom getting just bit in half. As Asta would say, water magic, Leviathan's bellow. A massive sea serpent, a massive sea serpent's head would encase Asta's blade. As he would thrust it at Fauna, the massive sea serpent's head would shoot out, opening its massive maw. Well, not shoot out, it would just open its massive maw. As it would, boom, a massive cannon of water would fire out, hitting Fauna and the salamander itself, sending him to the ground. Asta would begin to fall, as he would say, well, that was way easier than I thought. He would make it to the ground safely. Hey, you still up? Humans, they took everything away from me. Why? Why do they do this? The salamander would stand up first. Salamander, burn them to ash. And while you do it, maul that human. Fire spirit magic. Salamander's claw. Raising its arm and slashing as three large fire-like slashes would go flying towards Asta. As Ares would say, water spirit magic. Ready, small Leviathan? Oh, God. Dun, 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 excuse me. Um, da, da, da. Leviathan's claw. No, 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 no. Uh, Leviathans. Maw. Yeah, maw. Hold on. Okay. As he would open his maw, multiple fang like three, no, four, like fang like water things would shoot out, colliding with these, just breaking them themselves. Steam would arise again, as Asta would say. Oh God, he's definitely wanting. He wanted to fight. So tired of this. Still gotta help Fonzel with the Diamond Kingdom. Hey, Asta, over here. He would see. Isn't that the Diamond guy? Well, Fonzel holding Dominante and Mariella, like, holding on to him. Well, actually, Dominante is being held by Mars. Mariella is still with the witches at the current moment. No, she would be with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just with them, hanging on with Fonzo. You wouldn't mind helping, would you? Ares? Yeah. You know what to do. Water spirit magic! Leviathan bellow! Opening his massive maw as a water cannon, like Asta's spell, would fire out. Funzel and Mars would dodge out of the way as this massive cannon, just a massive beam of water, would shoot out, hitting Ladros, sending him flying through trees and through rocks alike. As Fonzel and Ares would land. Asta? Oh God. Hey, Finral, Vanessa, get the lady out of here. Well, back up at least. I'm gonna. Ares? Yes? You wanna try something new? Not really. I'm still want to fight. I know, but I'm gonna use your power. Then yes. Shrinking down to size back down to Asta. I need your help with the spell. Yes, 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 yes. Fada! What? You know her? I feel bad now if you know her. Actually, I won't feel bad if I like you. Fada! Hey! You're alive! This would be their reunion moment. Like, not really reunion, but hey, you know her. I don't care. She's my enemy. Water spirit magic. Leviathan's pressure blade. He would hold out his blade as Ares, like some of Ares' water would drip down onto it. Like down his arm. It's not getting soaked up by his shirt or anything. Well, he don't. Going down his arm, down through at the blade, encasing the blade as it would grow into his head, like a sea serpent's head. As Asta would start running, and then he would slide as he would slash. that sea serpent's head would go flying, charging out at Fauna. As Ares would prepare his own spell, as he would say, "Water spirit magic, Leviathan's bellow." The cannon would shoot out, way smaller, more precise, right at the salamander. But as it would get closer, it would like expand and get like grow in size. Still, Asta's slash, well, the Leviathan's head would bite down. Well, hold on. It would open up its maw and then bite down on Fauna, picking her up in going through the cannon and then slamming down as the beam from Ares would just blow a hole through the salamander's body. I am better now. I beat you, you oversized land creature. Salamander, one last time before you leave. Fire spirit magic. Salamander's breath. Boom! The massive fireball would shoot out, as Asta would say, "Oh, shit." Coating his entire blade with water, he would be hit. Sent backwards along with Ares. From the heat and explosion alone, everyone else would be, like, shot back in the process, crashing onto the ground. Asta's clothes being burnt, his skin being burnt in the process, like boiled. Like there would be a massive red and like scorched spot on the front of his chest. But still, he would get up. Ares, I know. I'm sorry. It isn't your fault. Water spirit magic. Leviathan scales. One of Ares' fins, one of his 8 fins, would go down and just cover this entire area, cooling it down, making steam billow off of Asta's body as he would stand up. Well, I see you ain't done yet, miss. Ah, shit. You're doing the same explodey thing. Ares? Yes. One last thing. Yes? Water spirit magic. Leviathan's fin. One of Ares' fins would go down, encasing his blade in water again. As a large fin would encase it. Let's see if this works. Charging forward, Mars running with him, behind him. Mars using the Phoenix healing robe in the process because of the flame and, well, the heat. Asta would get up close and swing. The water would boil and turn to steam immediately. Boom! An explosion would occur. Everyone in that process would scream in pain. Asta's more quietly. Come on, work! As he would swing again and again and again. as he would say, water spirit magic, Leviathan's fin, 8 worlds unsealed. A loud pitched noise would echo as the third eye would disperse, like disintegrate. Asta's clothes would be burnt as he would say, "Eat that, you snot-nosed elf." Asta defeating her in the process. Well, now, um, 8 worlds unsealed. I will fully describe these after I'm done with What If. Well, this episode at some point during my life. Asta would say, "Yeah, oh god, that was hot. Like the heat. Yeah, I'm so lightheaded." He would start stepping back. His shirt is now fully just burnt away. It's just kind of hanging there now, like with the burnt kimono top and hakama pants. He lost its sandal process, burnt like one of the sandals. Ares? Yes. What about Silva's gift? It is fine. It was not damaged. Thank you. He would fall to his butt. Hold on there! Don't you all forget about me, you traitor. And other people I do not know. I still got you paid though. I still gotta pay you back. Yes. Asta would stare up at him and say, "Oh." He would stand up and say, "You two have your reunion." Never mind. He would collapse entirely. Not because of a lack of mana. Not because his body's done. Blood magic. She would say her spell. I don't remember it. Well, actually, no, she said, "Show them the real you, along with your friend." He would start to pulsate, spaz out. Ladros would say, what's wrong with him? Ares, yes, you, you feel that? We must. It's her trying to take control. We must do it. Blue scales would shoot up his right side, up his entirely enveloping his arm. A line of it going up his body in the process, going up his face and covering most of the right side ears would stay the same, but have spikes on the ends, a large fin like thing growing on his back of his head now. A, a row of spikes growing in size as they go back. Eyes would go fully white. Well, his right eye would go fully white. His right arm would have a fin like thing on his like the back of it, the lining it on the elbow. Sword in hand, looking up at Ladros, cocking his head, foam running out the mouth, dripping down. Moving in an instant, cutting down Ladros across the chest. Ladros would say, before he would be cut across the chest. You gotta get away from me, you monster! He would start to attempt to fly away and fight back by shooting like the lasers he can shoot as he would run away. Asta's just cutting them down in an instant. Then boosting ahead, there would be a slight mumble of a spell. This spell being water magic. Water spirit magic. Excuse me. Water spirit magic. Leviathan's Maul. He would slice as fang-like things would shoot out, piercing Ladros's legs and one in the arm. Water spirit magic. Another mumbling of spell, this one being water spirit magic, Leviathan, well, Ares' Fang. Flying up ahead of him, like blocking his path, his blade would extend with water magic. Bending around, zigzagging, and piercing Ladros through the stomach. Wait, as it would extend, Ladros would just absorb this mana. He could tell what was happening. It was expanding. It was about to explode. Well, this part that he did absorb didn't explode. The rest did very much explode. He would then, boom, Asta would then explode forward as he would say, water magic Leviathan's bellow. He would be point blank in an instant. Water cannon just firing. Ladros would be shot down to the ground in an instant. Yeah, he's not okay. Asta would begin to fight back on control here. He would crash down into the earth, like full on, like not head first, but like just crash down in the earth like a meteor to fight back control. He would resheath his sword forcefully as they would be in a fight of control against the um against the Queen of Witches, which eventually Ares would come to and just dismiss the controlling aspect because he is a water spirit. He still has that ability to do it. You're not beating a spirit in strength or mind, like physical strength or mind strength. You're not beating it. If you think you are, you're not. You're just plain out dumb. If you think you are. I'm telling you, idiots. I'm telling you, just plain out idiots. That's where I'm going to end it here today. Um, I don't know. But I'll tell you this. The thing that did happen was, well, they just plain out left. Like, they said bye to the Queen of Witches. They got their stuff. Asta's arm is healed. And yeah, uh, the Queen of Witches, after figuring out they broke out of like the mind control thing, yeah, that ain't working for them anymore. Like she can't do that anymore. Either way, hope you all enjoyed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. I don't know. Please go vote on the poll. I'd greatly appreciate it if you do. Remember, I'm only holding it up for another 2 weeks. I'll make a post sometime during that, either tomorrow or later today. I'll make a post saying I'm only doing whatever with the poll. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you come back for the next episode. And yeah, roll the dice. Bye bye.